What's going on, everybody? This is Professor Crypto Banana. In today's video, I got a special guest with me today. Goes by the name of Fomo Tsar. He's starting off his YouTube channel. However, he notices that I like a lot of DeFi stuff. And he's like, bro, why don't you check out some of this MetaVerse stuff? Can tie into DeFi, maybe you know a little bit about it, extend your boundaries. But before we can get into that, how about you introduce yourself and give the audience just a little intro as to who you are, extra info.
Sure. So I'm Fomo Tsar, and I'd like to cover bits and pieces of everything. I wouldn't say I'm a specialist, but I would like to be a Renaissance man in this crypto age for sure. So I think that's the type of content I have on my channel, and I think it's gonna continue to diversify and not specialize in anything ever. So if you're interested in that, you're more than welcome to join the team. But Crypto Banana, you're a champ for having me on here.
Hey, likewise. I just want to give the audience a different exposure, and hey, I'm learning as I go. So if you put some time, energy, effort, and you're like, hey, psst, check this out. Here's a little extra details. That is awesome. And by the way, I'm going to hit you with that disclaimer. Everything in this video is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors, just for entertainment, educational purposes only, baby. So do your own research. And yeah, just keep in mind that crypto is risky, but also at the same time, we really enjoy it. So let's go.
For sure. So before we dive into the metaverse, I just wanted to get a little brief in for our audience and yourself as well. So we're going to be covering today another stream of passive income, because I understand that passive income is really precious, right? And I think you value passive income as well because you're in DeFi, right? And I think the metaverse has a lot to offer for creators and for people like you and I that are already involved in crypto. But at one point our growth will plateau. You know what I mean? Like there's only like after you've reached a certain point, your gains will kind of just be like, okay, it is what it is. There's not much more you can you'll be able to kind of do in crypto. For example, you can do DeFi, and after doing a bunch of DeFi, you're gonna get bored of it. Believe it or not. That's why you're seeing like gamified DeFi, right? Trying to make it still a little bit more interesting, just to kind of keep people engaged, right? But in my opinion, I think when you start expanding, once you've secured your passive income in DeFi, and you start actually focusing on yourself and actually building your own personality, bro, like I think the metaverse has a lot coming for social interactions. Because let me ask you this: what do you think is the purpose of a metaverse?
Well, I would see it as more, well, I mean, what we're discussing on right now and recording on the platform is Zoom, right? And this is just currently, face-to-face, whatever it may be. But then I could imagine that you go from 2D to 3D. But I would flip that question over to you then. I wonder if, like, in the metaverse, you could physically represent everything in a way that people can understand it. So my example would be, do you see it that I could go into, let's say, Decentraland, Sand Network, and there's a building that's a bank? And like, oh, okay, I know in the real world that there's a bank. So now what I can do is just go in there and they say, hey, would you like to make a deposit? By the way, you're getting this much of yield. Now there's different currencies, right? Because the metaverse is open for everybody. You can put that in there. And then they say, hey, by the way, if you kind of combine these tokens, it's a little bit more risky, but you could get higher amount of what you want. And you're like, oh, okay. And you can just see it. And they say, okay, what you got to do is you got this token, and then you got this token. And then they're like, okay, well, what you got to do is you got to put them together. You're going to put them together. And then you're like, yes, I approve it. That is okay. And they say, okay, so now that you combine these tokens, will you give it to me? And you say, yes, here you go. There you go. Boom. And say, great. Here you go, you're looking at maybe this much yield, and then you've got like this cool, artificial view as to all the gains. So I'm just spitballing here, but how close am I to your vision on what you're seeing and what's out there right now?
So I can only tell you what's out there, because unfortunately I'm not a metaverse dev. I wish. I hope one day I become a metaverse dev. I'm trying to learn, and hopefully I can also interest you in learning, right? Okay. Because I bet you've never ever thought about being a dev, right? Because you think it's too much work. but
Yeah.
it's not. That's what I'm here to kind of like break the illusion that
Mm.
it is a lot of work, but bro, it's not that unfeasible as you think it is, because I know nothing, and if I can dream, so can you, and you can make it into a reality, trust
You
me.
can make, but no, that's true, because so many times you go to university to pick up a skill, but what you seem to be telling right now is that there is an easier way on how to do it, where you don't have to necessarily take on a ton of student debt. You have all
Yeah,
the
that's
resources in front of you, and it's relatively not that difficult if that's something that does intrigue you.
bro, trust me, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that YouTube is the best university in the world. That's what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for anyone that is not aware, learn 3D modeling because it's free, and you can, if once you're actually like pretty familiar with it, it's cake. But that's another topic on its own.
Hmm.
So, as for the vision, yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. When you say bank and you think of DeFi in the metaverse, you're absolutely right, because that is exactly it. So, imagine the metaverse. So this is how somebody explained the metaverse to me, and I
Hmm.
guess I'll use that to explain to you as well.
Okay.
Um, people have a hard time like communicating with words, right? Like as good we are as a civilization, and we've grown so much with words, we learn much better visually, right?
Hmm.
So if we can see something, we can be like, in any language we can understand it. That I understand how that works because I could see it, right? Versus me trying to explain it to you in words.
Makes
So
sense.
the metaverse, where I think where they have their upper edge is because they're so visual. They kind of help people understand these concepts of DeFi and everything else. So like what you're saying about like LPs, yeah, you're basically doing a job, right? You're providing both assets, and you're saying that I'm taking the risk that I understand that one of these assets can go up and one of these assets can go down, and I'll be screwed either way. But the yield that I'm receiving from the transaction fees and the yield, that is enough for me to be compensated, and I'm long-term bullish, so I don't care about the short-term price difference, right? Now take that into the metaverse, and now imagine that bank that you were talking about. You go into that bank, and now there's like a little avatar going, and he's like, okay sir, you have this dollars and this dollars, okay, put them together. So he physically takes them together and puts them aside, and now he has like a visual AMM, right? It could be anything, bro. The metaverse is freedom for me.
Hmm.
That's how I look at it. But so going on past that, so how familiar are you with NFTs as well? Because if we're going to be diving into the metaverse, NFTs are pretty essential to understand,
Well,
especially like NFTs with logic.
what I know, just a brief rundown. Yeah, I got the PJs. The brief rundown.
I did
Like,
too, bro. I did too. You want to see?
then hey,
Yeah, PJ
casual
gang.
on top, very casual on bottom. You
Oh
see those
yeah,
videos where the people are wearing suits and then they just
they
stand
have
up
boxers,
and
bro.
yeah, they got the bra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened there for you. But anyways, so with NFTs, the way how I see it is just the ability to transfer a specific item, and that item can represent a ton of stuff. So for example, let's say there's a music art. Well, we all know about, let's say, Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? The profile photo, and there's only one of that specific type, and then you can sell it, you can
Okay,
trade
okay.
it, whatever.
I,
But
I'll stop you right there. That's it. That's it. So in my opinion, like
mhm,
and I think that's for like normal people, like people that are like not trying to divulge themselves into too much into NFTs.
good.
For yeah, for me and you, bro, for normal people, right? For us, that understanding is enough. So what you just said. So NFTs, in my opinion, are basically like a way to authenticate something. Okay, like this is the real, this is not fake. That is an NFT, right? It's a token to authenticate something, right?
And
So
yeah, and a great example would be like, okay, a real life example. If I
like a
have a dollar
house,
bill
like a house,
or a dollar
like a
bill,
house, a
a house.
house,
You want a
a
house?
house, a
A house.
house.
Well, that's true.
Imagine a house. So if you had an NFT of your house, Okay, you would want to know that it's my house, right? You don't want somebody to just take a screenshot of your house and be like, okay, I got a crypto bananas house over here. No, right? You want it to be authentic. You want it to be real. You don't want to get scammed. You don't want some bootleg to give you some a fake house.
Right. Well, even a great example that I heard is kind of like the concept of the Mona Lisa. It's an art piece, right? And anybody can take a screenshot, anybody can paint up a replica, but at the end of the day, if you're going to pay however much that painting would be worth, you're going to definitely want the original. Now, there could be people that take the photo, they can do everything and say like, hey, it's the same thing, but it's like, no, it's not. That is the only one. And it's similar to like having dollar bills, right? So that'd be the opposite. If you have like $1 bill, like, I don't care if it's from your wallet, my wallet, my friend's wallet, it's a dollar bill. I still get whatever. So an NFT means like you can't replace it. It's unique. You can have multiple copies of it, but within a certain amount. But that's beside
with you, it kind of got complicated. Now you got to think about everything. You don't need to because even though it has multiple copies, you still understand that it's the authentic, right? It's even though there's multiple copies, it's still the authentic.
Like Charizard cards and Pokemon, there could be multiple type. But
I could photocopy a Charizard card, right? And I could like put some shine on it and be like, haha, I got a shiny Charizard, buddy.
Just a little
spit shine, Yeah. But do you understand, like the way it's so hard to authenticate things in real life? That NFTs, that was like initially their whole technology breakthrough is that they're a way to authenticate things, right? Even authenticate fakes, right? Imagine so you can obviously imagine people are trying to create fake NFTs, right? And just take screenshot and just make another NFT of it. But even that, it gets filtered out because people know it's a fake one. Like if you don't know, then just look at the trading volume and you'll know. But if you can't just do that. You can't just screenshot an NFT and then put it up for sale and it'll be in the same group as the real NFTs. It can't do that. So yeah,
and you can and if you want to like dive in a little bit deeper to really make sure that you got the one and how you're discussing, one could be trading volume, but maybe it could get some spoof, whatever, is look at the ID, right? Because every NFT has probably a contract address. And then
don't do that. You're gonna break your head trying to figure out all that stuff, man.
Okay. All right. That's in the deep end. But there's basically there's a way of how everything has a certain ID number, similar to like your cell phone has a cell phone number. And then you could be like, okay, is that really the right cell phone number? And then you can go check in the phone book or whatever, be like, oh, yep, there it is. That's the right one. Or no, who the heck is this person? That's a lie.
I think I know what you mean, and you're absolutely right. So I take my hasty remark back. Okay. So yes, what you're saying is you're talking about viewing it on chain. Is that or I mean off chain? That's what you're talking about. And yes, you're right. And I'll show you that today as well.
All right.
About what you're talking about.
How about we take a look at this metaverse, because we talk about it so much, but I myself have never actually went into it. And I know you're going to be sharing that. So I'm very curious to see how this works right now, because with technology, I assume it's just going to keep on improving and improving and improving. But at the same time, if we got a workable copy right now, I want to see what the hype's all about, because I know Mark Zuckerberg did the whole metaverse thing. And then we saw a crazy amount of everybody's like, whoa, everything's meta and then everything's metaverse. And you can slap on meta on top of everything. And, it seemed to have done well. It was just a hype word. But let's actually see what this is. So here we go. We're taking. Those are some sweet wings, by the way. Just gotta.
Oh, you like them?
I do. Yeah.
Thank you. I got them for free. But
did you really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, just be involved in the space and you get stuff for free. But a brief rundown of Decentraland for anyone that does not know Decentraland. Decentraland is the first ever metaverse. Okay, just process that. It's the first ever metaverse, but what makes it even more unique that it is a free world metaverse. It is not like other metaverse. For example, other metaverses use some metaverse. I shouldn't say other. Some metaverses use their own software development kit, and they kind of force you to just use that to make it easier for you, right? Decentraland, however, uses both models. So it has its own SDK, but it like with its builder, but also it allows you to upload your own models as well. And that's why you can end up with creative things like this, right? You can't end up with something so creative in the sandbox, or I don't know about network. I don't think network's live yet, but you can end up in the sandbox. No way. But that's what the advantage of Decentraland is. In my opinion, Decentraland's are offering freedom, true freedom in the metaverse, and it's the first one to do it too. But I'm not here to shill Decentraland. I'm here to shill the service that Decentraland is providing instead, and which is not only an ability to like, or an opportunity to build a community for YouTubers like you and I, my friend. But on top of that, it's an opportunity for a normal people to just be engaged in crypto visually, and just be just collecting NFTs. You know, we're talking about NFTs here and how they're they're proof of authentication. We obviously kind of agree on the whole narrative that crypto is bullish and collectibles are rare, right? And you know, collectibles are worth collecting, right? So these NFTs that you're getting for free, you know, you can end up actually going on the marketplace and selling them because people are buying them even right now. So just imagine the future, right? Because OG NFTs, yeah, we get the narrative, right? But anyways, that's not even what I'm trying to say, because yeah, that's just little stuff, right? Like you can come here. This is a game for anyone that wants to play. It's called Wondermine. You just log in Decentraland and go to Wonder Zone, and you could, as soon as you come in here, you already have an axe. They already give you an axe. All you have to do, and this is basically how I love explaining play to earn gaming, because people think that play to earn gaming is Ponzi, but it's not. It's very, very different, and it's not zero sum. That is what's important, that it is not zero sum. You are creating value here. You are not just playing musical chairs and just waiting for somebody to pull the chair underneath you, or you're trying to do that to somebody else. That is not what's going on here. It's very important to understand that. And how is because people create their own things, NFTs, right? They put them up for sale, and now it's up to the free market to decide, like buying them and all that, and then they in return sell it on the marketplace themselves. So that's how play to earn NFT, play to earn gaming works.
Well, to simplify
NFTs.
that, then the way that the game still holds value is pretty much if people want to play it, right? Because even if there's a rare NFT, but there's nobody playing the game, the NFT itself probably is not going to have a lot of value. Because, you know, if you think about it, if there's 1 million people playing the game, you would want to stand out. You just kind of want to separate yourself. That's probably why the fashion industry is you know, has a lot of business and revenue, because people want to be distinguished and want to separate themselves, and maybe put out more money for something that's a little bit more rare, looks, you know, that type of deal. But if you're playing a game and nobody's really interested and there's not that much adoption or loses interest, then I could see potentially the NFT not being as valuable, perhaps.
That's very true. That's very true. And that is kind of where the creator has to put in the grind, right? Because as long as you're putting in work towards something, it will work out in the end. It's the matter. It's just a patience game at that point, as long as there's something good, right? But let me ask you something. Do you use Curve?
No, because of gas fees. But then again, it's on other chains. But
yeah,
I know of it.
But like, would you use Curve if it wasn't for the gas fees?
Probably not.
Really, you should, bro. Curve offers like amazing bribes. But my point, my point.
Oh, if you're talking about like, okay, well, to clarify, you can use it to swap between tokens, and you can also use to kind of just invest and get rewards. So
No, I meant like investing and like actually holding Curve and getting bribes.
If I could get bribes,
yeah, you can. What do you mean, bro? You don't know Curve?
I thought Okay. Yeah, they probably do. I know Convex definitely does get bribes. So that's what I was thinking about.
Curve convex. They're don't be doing them together, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, if it was on Ethereum and I could do that and get bribes, heck yeah. Which is why
Right.
in my other videos I discussed some other alternative plays on projects that are doing that right now. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about what's going
We
on over
love
here.
LQDR. We love LQDR. Trust me, we love
Yes.
LQDR. But what I'm trying to say is you would still do that even though Curve has such a dingy UI, right?
At first it's
Why?
off-putting, but the utility does draw me in. I
Right?
can't
Because
lie. I'll
so
do it
the
for the money. Yeah.
so yeah, that's what I want to hear, bro. You do it for the money, even if the game is not that good and it's earning you money, you play it,
But then
right?
but then there was interesting conversation that I heard. I want to give the person credit. I think it may be Drake on digital, but maybe it was somebody else. Oh, maybe from my Discord channel. So I think it was Darius. I'll give him a little shout out here. But
Shout out
essentially,
Darius.
he stated that there's some sort of psychology behind it, that if you have to do something to get money, nor and you're forced to do it, you start to like it less, which is very interesting. So imagine if I were to go to a slot machine and every time I pulled the lever, I got $1. I'd be like, this is the best day ever. I'm going to keep pulling that. And you keep pulling it, you pull it, you get dollar after dollar. Eventually, even though it's making you money, you resent the fact that you have to pull that lever every time because you see it as work as not as enjoyable anymore. So
But your human brain would end up creating a contraption that now you don't even have to pull that lever, and now you have like an elastic band pulling it for you, and you're
yeah,
just sipping coffee in the back, right? Because you got a
that
brain.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But if we're transitioning to the concept of a game where you can play and it's not enjoyable, I think that could be an issue because people would see it as work, and then I, you know,
I think that type of thinking comes from assuming that the game is not able to update itself completely.
but okay, let's take a look at that from a different way, right? Because we got video games,
Yeah.
and how often, what's the biggest struggle is to keep retention. Now, there's different games that do come out with updates, but to keep people truly into the game is something special. So
Hmm.
at the same time, you can come up with a ton of games, have say it's play to earn, look like it's this, but at the end of the day, is it sticky? Drake on Digital talks about that in terms of sticky liquidity. Is
Oh,
this something that
buddy.
will keep people's attention
Yeah.
even with the updates? Because you can keep updating, but if it's not good, and we could come up with 50 different examples where like they kept on updating, it's like, yeah, but nobody's stuck around, so why
Because the
bother?
updates weren't targeting the problem,
All right, so
right?
what's the problem?
So 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 check this out.
Okay.
So I'll let me kind of show you how play to earn gaming is working visually and how you kind of earn, and I think that'll kind of help like at least get like the basis down, because I think trust me, bro, Wondermind helped me understand it really well.
Can I
Okay,
take a guess?
so sure,
I'm
take a
gonna cut
guess.
you off. I know, I'm not, my bad, my
No,
bad.
cut me off. I love it when people cut me off because I cut people off like all the time,
Oh
and
man,
that's how I think,
I'm
right?
never, I'm never driving right in front of you because I'll get cut off. I'll be like,
Oh,
no,
buddy,
you
trust
don't.
me. If you're driving in front of me, bro, I'll slide like butter, bro, and you won't even notice me cutting you off.
Slide like you won't even notice me. I'll be so smooth. Oh my goodness. But so what I'm thinking is that you're going to show a play to earn game. It'll be kind of cool, right? And then you'll get a little bit of tokens or whatever type of reward, and you can keep on playing and accumulating. However, if you wish to level up faster, do better, make even more rewards, climb up in scale and rank, maybe even collect certain more items, you can shortcut it by actually paying for it. So it's either you can invest your time or you can invest your money. And
Okay.
hopefully the game is interesting and fun enough and sticky enough to get people to stay. This is what I'm guessing. Let's
That's
see
it.
if
That's
I'm right.
bro. You're right. You're not wrong. However, you're forgetting one very very important piece of the puzzle.
I'm
So
listening.
you're earning these coins, right? But what are you earning these coins for?
I guess it's really up to how the game is constructed.
You're earning them to spend them, right?
On something, ideally, yeah, because you'd
Right?
either want an item or a
You're just
skill.
getting some cryptocurrency,
Mhm.
some digital money, right? So
So,
you're basically like visually farming a coin.
oh,
Ah. But now you can use this coin to actually spend it on stuff like wearables and stuff and whatever, and you can sell those wearables on the market for real dollars. And they
now
sell. They sell.
where do you sell it? Is it going to be on
OpenSea.
OpenSea?
Yeah, it's on
Oh, so you
OpenSea,
got,
bro.
but you got to
So
pay
if
with the Ethereum fees, eh?
no, you don't, bro. No, you don't. So
No.
no, you don't. Decentraland offers wearables on Polygon. And
Oh,
yeah, they merged. They did, bro. Trust me, MetaVerse is coming to Polygon, bro. If you don't know, MetaVerse is
because
coming to Polygon.
I know that there's a mutable X, but is
Oh,
the
IMX is sick.
OpenSea? What's that?
Immutable X is amazing. I love Immutable X.
So
We're
yeah,
very good for
and that
creators.
and that helps with the gas fees. But what you're staying with the NFTs and being on OpenSea, is it implemented yet with Polygon or soon to be?
It's been implemented for like past 6, 7 months, bro.
Oh, okay. So just recently. Well, I'm just joking. That's actually been quite a while. Okay, so that's good because
Yeah,
if we're talking about
or
Decentraland and
more,
new people,
maybe more. I'm a noob.
it's not a problem. But one thing I need to consider is newer users. In my opinion, I think that Ethereum, the gas fees, prices out a lot of people. So when it even comes to NFTs or swapping tokens, it's just
I know,
doesn't
bro.
make
I know.
sense.
Trust me,
So
I know.
now that we're talking about, let's say, Decentraland, what you're stating is that you can create a profile, you can jump in the world, you don't even really have to know anything about crypto. You can just create your thing as if it's a website, a regular game.
You
You
do need a
play.
MetaMask though. You do need a MetaMask. You
Okay.
don't need funds on it. You don't need funds on it, but
Okay.
you do need a MetaMask because you need to enter the Web3 somehow,
Web3. Okay. So
right? Because
we
the MetaMask is helping you enter Web3
gotcha. So
or like
just
or just a digital wallet.
yeah. So just think of it as just a identity. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of computers as opposed to, let's say, maybe going on Google and then getting to the website that you need and hitting one big server. By having this kind of other extension allows you to connect with all these other different computers if people voluntarily that we're going in too deep. It doesn't matter. Just
as
you
long
need.
as you have MetaMask, imagine it's like logging into RuneScape. Okay,
Oh,
this is RuneScape. This is like a 3D RuneScape if you haven't caught on the vibe yet. But
nice.
yeah, so back to what I was saying.
Yep.
This is kind of how you earn. So you end up in here, and all you
Mm-hmm.
have to do is go up to a rock, this meteor, and click it, and it'll start mining it. Okay,
Oh, dang.
yeah, man. So it's mining it, right?
Okay.
So am I gonna get some rewards? Am I gonna get some rewards? Am I gonna get some rewards? Obviously, I am.
Are you really? Okay, because sometimes it's more of a gambling.
No, it's not more of a gambling.
Well,
That's what I'm
in
trying to
the
tell you.
sense of, sometimes you'll do something
I
and you
know.
get a small amount, or you could get that ultra
Yeah,
rare. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So then it's that, ooh, I want to do it. Come on, come on.
Okay, so allow me to explain. So
Okay.
notice at the bottom of my screen, I had that where it says 95. I used to have 100 before I clicked on that meteor. Okay, so there is
Oh,
a cost of mining. Okay, there
all
is
right.
five of these wonder coins you're gonna have to spend to mine this meteor. Every time you mine it, you have to spend five, and
Okay.
you receive those rewards in return. Every day, however, you receive 100 for free.
Hmm.
Okay, so there's a closed loop economy here that basically it keeps the game going. And bro, this game has been going, there's nothing, literally this game is nothing. You literally just wait for rocks to fall, you go to them, you click and you mine, you get your resources, and then you go to the next rock. You basically finish your daily allocation, and then you go do something else, right? This is like one of like, I don't know how familiar you are as a gamer, but like if you were a gamer, you'd be very, very familiar with material farming. But
Hmm.
yeah, are you into gacha games?
No, but I have played RuneScape and I am in Jewel. Those are two projects I'm into.
Bro, I was so sad I never got into Jewel. I was pretty sad. But anyways,
Oh.
so Yeah, I was pretty sad, but it's all good. It's all good. You win some, you lose some. But so essentially, you like here, you you seen me get those materials, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can come to this thing right here. You see this? This is a meta. Okay, you've heard Zuckerberg talk about meta, but what is a meta, right? It like there's actually a full form for it. It's like something tokenized asset, bro. Hold on. One of my favorite projects, bro. These guys are actually building these guys are basically like they're app developers for Decentraland. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
And they have like a play to earn game too. I'll show you them. Like I'm not trying to show them though. But yeah, it's a trust me, bro. Like I don't know too much about the metaverse either, but so it's a metaverse enabled tokenized asset. That's what a meta stands for. That's what a meta is, by the way. If you didn't know,
I did it.
yeah, I
No.
didn't either, bro.
Huh.
And it's a metaverse enabled tokenized asset. That's what a meta is. Okay, so this is the metaverse. It's enabled. It's a tokenized asset, but on top of that, it is a logic. It has logic as well. So now you can interact with it. Okay, so for example, I can go here and this could do anything. This is a crafting meta. It could be a DeFi meta. It could be a vault meta. It could be anything. You could give it logic, right, with code. Right. So here I can basically see that if I wanted to craft something, it would cost me these materials, and these materials I can receive by mining. Okay, so it's incentivizing me to mine to get these things that I want,
Mm-hmm.
right? So basically the game kind of continues like to infinity, because you can always keep mining it, you can always keep leveling up, you can always keep crafting, you can always just keep reselling on the marketplace. Do you know what I mean? And this
So
is
yeah,
a
you
demo.
you can get all the materials, yeah, through getting the rocks. And now you're coming over to the crafting. So then the next logical question is, what do you craft and what is the benefit of crafting?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
one step leads to another. So what would be the
So
reason
okay,
why somebody would
yeah,
want to craft?
that's an awesome question. So the reason to craft this bronze pickaxe would be it would be 10% more efficient than your regular stone axe. Okay, for example, this what's next? Iron pickaxe would be 20% more efficient. This would be 30 more percent more efficient than the stone, and this is not costing money. It's costing just materials. Okay, this would be 40% more. This would be like 50% more, and this is like, yeah, it just keeps going. And then now you get into crafting wearables. Okay, so you see the clothes I'm wearing, you can't craft those ones, but you can craft these ones. Like for example, you can craft this shirt, and this would give you another 2% mining bonus. This would give you another 2%. You get stacked these bonuses, right? Besides the fact that these wearables look cool, and besides the fact that you could sell them for real money. Like, you know how much these wearables are going for? They're going for like 50 $100, bro, each.
So let me ask you this. Are these clothing items and wearables, is it only specific for the Wonderland game, or can you literally take it anywhere else
You
in
could take it anywhere.
Decentraland?
You could take it anywhere, bro. For example, you see these clothes I'm wearing right here?
Uh-huh.
They're not limiting me to Hirotokai's tower. I can take them anywhere.
So,
And
okay.
I have them forever. I have them forever. Nobody can take them from me.
So the game, okay, I think I'm getting it now. So the game has some developers that created some NFTs, which is the clothes that you're wearing, kind of makes you look cool. And you have two options as to how you would like to obtain it. You could either A, say, I want to purchase that because I don't want to put in the time, the energy, the effort. Or B, you could just play for free, be like, okay, I'm going to find ways on how to craft it, how to build it up and get my way to it. So either you're going to be putting in time or you're going to be putting in money. And then that way you have a customizable figure that you can use anywhere in Decentraland.
Yeah, you have more of like of a personalized figure, because I feel like people are heading towards a decentralized identity, and their avatar is going to be huge. Like, bro, you play Fortnite?
No,
Have you
but
ever played Fortnite?
I think I get the concept where I
You get
saw
the
the
skins, right?
yeah,
You get
that Rick
the
Sanchez. Oh, League of Legends. I played
sure.
that.
You do you ever buy skins?
I
Or
got
like
tempted. I wanted that DJ Sona. I'm telling you that much. I wanted DJ
right,
Sona.
bro, trust me.
I was a DJ Sona main, and I went too aggro as support, but I think I pulled it off.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was in silver, so a lot of people say no, that don't work. But either ways, I had to chuck that down. I was just okay. But go ahead. So
Bro,
yes, you got
I'm like
some.
super into like heavy into like Genshin Impact right now. So like it's taken over my life right
Is
now.
that a ninja game?
No, it's like a yeah, it is. It is a ninja game.
No, but it is.
It is, bro. It is. It is. I can't like sure you could call it a ninja game. But here,
But
one
fair
second, it's
enough.
just
Yeah.
load.
So you
So
got the.
so basically, right now it's just loading because there's a lot of data.
Mhm.
Um, but basically now I'm about to take you to basically the website I took you to. This is basically these guys' building. Okay, so every like people that want to be involved in the metaverse, they have a presence in the metaverse, right? Like for example, Polygon has a huge building, Polkadot has a huge building, right? Like yeah, you want to go see him, you could go see him in your free time if you want, but yeah, I'll be a nice guy, I'll show you. Like I won't go there, but like I'll show you on the map because they're huge, bro. They're on the map. Like you see all these things. Like you got where's Polkadot? We're Polkadot right here. Polygons like all over. There's like bro, there's everything. Okay, there's everything. Just take my word for it. Okay,
All
so
right.
now we're kind of we understand that you could essentially like buy these wearables or you can earn them, right? But what about if I'm not trying to go near wearables, if I'm just trying to just talk about crypto to cash, right? So there's been projects building even after that, right? So it's crazy, bro. It is crazy, I'm telling you. If you don't know NFTs, um or if you know a little bit about NFTs, let me just tell you this. Everything you see on my screen, besides me and you, is a NFT. Everything. Everything on the screen is an NFT, bro. Everything.
Even
Even
that
the
sign that says MetaZone.
yeah, of course. Of course, this is the NFT. This is created by MetaZone themselves. You could put a Dr. Or Professor Crypto Banana on here, bro. And you could have this in your land, and you could have your community basically gather there every time you have an event.
So I'm putting puzzle pieces together. I'm going to bring two things, and I want to get confirmation if I'm thinking about this correctly.